Alright, so there's something interesting has been put up on YouTube. So Korzic, the guy who currently has the world record for Is 1 complete, I'm pretty sure. That version of Is 1. He uploaded a video onto YouTube about a week ago showcasing some Is out of bound routes that, oh, well, 2 of them that should save a ton of time. He uploaded a video that showed 3 of them off, but the 3rd one is meant to be kind of useless, or from what it looks like anyway. It doesn't look like it can be utilized for anything. Anyway, the point of them is the first route you can use to save about 30 seconds getting to the rotatory in a much quicker way than you would if you looped around. This way you just like sort of cut through the terrain and you go straight there. The other route doesn't save that much time. It just saves about just maybe a couple seconds at the very most. But it's just a quicker way of getting back to the mine. But yeah, anyway, the problem with these is that they're both they have very, very precise angles at which you need to execute them. I've just been messing around and I can get it to work. This is what it looks like right after you pull up the route to get up to the rotatory. If you go around like this, you can go here and then straight down, and you arrive at the rotatory. And the place you wait, let's go back. Normally you're not meant to be able to get through like from this area. I think the regular way to go around is to go from this side. Yeah, what I'm going to try to do is I'm just going to try practice those and see if I can get those to be consistent enough to actually implement into a speedrun. The thing is with the first... Oops. With the route to get to the rotatory, it's not too bad because that route... Where am I? That route saves like a lot of time. It saves about 30 seconds. So if you can pull that off, you know, in less than 30 seconds, then that's essentially a pretty good route to implement. The one that's not so great is normally if you were coming back from the rotatory or from wherever, from this side, and you wanted to go back to the mine, you'd have to go up like this. And you go through this way. And then you're over here at the mine. However, there is a way to get here in a supposedly faster manner. I haven't actually timed it, so I don't know if it is faster. But instead of going there, you come from this bridge, you go, like, okay, let's say you're running over, like, across this bridge. You go up this way. There's a point at which here you can sort of clip out of bounds. On this edge, right here, this edge right there, that I just ran into, that, like, wait. It's this edge. That edge that I'm running against here, if you clip slightly to the left of where I'm standing, then you'll fly through the water, and I'll try demonstrate that. Yeah, like this, and then you can get back onto land here and run through like this. Problem is that because that saves such a short amount of time, I'm not sure if it's worth actually implementing that into the run or not. Because if you mess it up just once, or if you don't just like execute it immediately, then it's already pretty much not worth it. Because what are our options here? Going from up here. Oops. This is option 1. Which I like a lot more because it's much more consistent. You can't fail that. Whereas with the clip up there, let's have a look. Oh. Yes, that's the problem. It takes a second to actually get it to work like that. I also switch to the D-pad sometimes because the D-pad is much easier to control these angles, because those you have to... I don't know if you can do it at any angle, but it seems to be the easiest way and the most consistent way to pull off these out-of-bound routes is to run into those edges at a right, or I'm saying a right angle, at a 45-degree angle like this. And you can do that with the analog stick, kind of, but it's much harder to get a very precise angle because the analog stick just sort of moves around everywhere. If you use the analog, not the analog stick, the D-pad, then you can only move in 8 different directions. So if you want to move, you know, diagonally down to the left, for example, then you can just press down and left, and you just run this nice 45-degree angle line. So it's much easier to get the clips to work that way. But this clip isn't too bad. This one is, in my opinion, not too hard to pull off. Just because it's got a very clear angle at which you need to hit this with. I say that relatively speaking, of course. So you can pull it off every one in... Or I can pull it off one in every few tries. I haven't tried it very many times though because it's completely new to me. There is... Okay, I'll show off the other possibly useful clip down here. Alright, it's at this corner right here. The only problem is that the corner here is really... It's very weird. When you walk up, there's a certain point at which you'll transition to the next screen, which is like there for Adol, which is like halfway through his, or 2/3 of the way through his head sprite. Or like his hair there anyway, that's about half of his head. If you run against this wall here, you can go much further up than you'd normally be able to. Like at this point you transition already, like you transition to the next screen. If you walk left, or down and left, or like diagonally down to the left, if you walk in any direction except for right, or up and to the right, if you walk up, up left, or down left, then you end up transitioning to the next screen. Like for example, if I wanted to go diagonally down to the left, you go like that and you transition to the next screen. So because it's just this weird spot here. Anyway, if you can hit this at a specific angle, you'll get stuck in an area. I think it's, if I go like this and I just press up and then move straight away back to the thing, I get clipped into this position here where you'd normally not be able to reach. If I press down, he'll teleport through that, or like he'll just like skid through that bottom part and transition back to the previous screen. Or is it down to the right? Oops. Oh my god. Come on. Yeah, he does that. That little flash thing. I've been trying to come up with a way to do this consistently because this is a really... Like, if you can implement this into a run, it helps you immensely. It saves like half a minute. The only problem is there's like... there doesn't seem to be an immediately obvious way to get into the out-of-bounds route from that position. Because normally, like, look, if I try to run into this, I'll only run into it at a certain distance. But if you were looking at how far I was before, I was like quite a bit further into that little nook there. Oh my god, come on. Yeah, like this. You get really far into here. Like, I wasn't this far before. The only problem is, like, from this position, I can't actually do anything. So if you run against the... What I'm doing is, I'm just running to the top, or, like, up and right. And then I'm pressing forward, and then as soon as the screen starts to transition, I move up and right again, and that gets me stuck in this little area. And if you move down and right, then it, like, sort of goes weird and flashes like that. Anyway, there's a way to hit this. There's an angle at which you can hit this where you hit that corner, I guess, at a slightly different point. And if you press down and to the right, that's meant to clip you out of bounds. So that's how you get to the rota tree early. The only problem is that that angle is really precise and hard to hit. And like, in the hopes that you do this well, you can potentially save a lot of time. Okay, come on, let's do this. I want to pull it off at least once on the stream, so I have it on video. This is surprisingly difficult for me, anyway. I don't know if it's difficult like this for just like everyone playing, but like it's so precise, so annoyingly precise. I need to figure out exactly where to stand. It's just a matter of pressing. It's just a matter of going diagonally up to the right and then diagonally down to the right, and you're out. Okay, at what points do I not transition? I think it's like at every point there. That was pretty good. I should have... I don't know if that would have worked. Damn it. This is so hard! Oh man. It's like no easy way for me to angle this. Oh yeah! Oh, that's how you do it. You go like this and boop! And we're down to the rotary tree. Just switch back to the analog stick. And we're here. Okay, I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention to what angle I was standing at there. Oh my goodness.